Yogurt is one of the best foods you can eat if you have diabetes. It's tasty, inexpensive if homemade, and stupid easy to make.
At Simply Diabetes, we can help you manage your diabetes cheaper and easier.
We are not medical professionals. We are people with diabetes, just like you.
Welcome.
We don't like to think about it, but we all have bacteria and microbes in our guts. Disgusting. Maybe, but that's the reality. Some of these bacteria are good, some are bad, and some are just there, neither good nor bad. These bacteria and microbes together are called a microbiome. Every one of us plays a host to their unique microbiome.
Since we are hosts, we are responsible for our microbiome guests. It is up to us to get and maintain a good environment for them.
A healthy microbiome keeps us healthy. It can do a lot for us, including reducing chronic inflammation, regulating our immune system, helping us absorb nutrients from food, and even improves our mood and mental health. That's a lot. But for us, people with diabetes, a microbiome can do something even more important. It can help us with glucose management by improving insulin sensitivity and by helping us metabolize glucose. Impressed? So are we. There's one more important quality to yogurt. It's made from milk, but it has less of an impact on blood sugar than milk does. That's because bacteria consume lactose, which is a form of sugar contained in milk. So there's less sugar overall. We already know we need good microbiome. One very good way to improve it is to eat fermented foods.
We humans have eaten these foods for millennia. They are good for us because they add to our good bacteria. You might think fermented means spoiled, as in not good to eat. But fermented is not spoiled. You already consume fermented foods when you use vinegar, drink wine or beer, eat cheese, tofu, and yogurt. Not all these are equal. We want to eat live bacteria, so cheese, wine, and vinegar are not giving us that. But we have a lot of good sources. Some of them are yogurt, kefir, sauerkraut, kimchi, kombucha, and miso. Be careful when you buy fermented foods, because often you find them already processed. Yes, the bacteria did their fermenting magic, but if the producer then processed the food, this process could have killed the bacteria. That's not what we want.
One of the easiest ways to provide the bacteria to our gut is to eat natural yogurt, not the flavored kind. The flavoring almost always contains obscene amounts of sugar, making a serving of such a yogurt about as nutritious as candy. No thanks. So I always read the labels to make sure the yogurt doesn't contain other sugar, but does contain live bacterial cultures. The problem is, store-bought yogurt is expensive. I checked the prices this week, visiting shopping apps of 2 local stores, and here is what I found. A 32-ounce container of premium yogurt costs between $6.99 and $8.49.
Are they nuts? We can find more affordable yogurt.
The least expensive ones in each store were $3.29 in one store and $4.49 in the other. That's much better, but still not great. Let's see how much the milk for our homemade yogurt costs. Going back to our 2 stores, we find a gallon of whole milk costs between $2.99 and $3.59. A gallon of 2% milk is a little less, and skim milk cheaper still. Any of these are fine for yogurt. And I can find it even cheaper at Walmart.
So, how much yogurt will a gallon of milk yield?
A gallon. Let's compare the prices. The premium yogurt from the less expensive store is 22 cents per ounce of weight. The affordable one looks great in comparison, only 10 cents per ounce. Let's see how this compares with homemade.
To find the cost of homemade yogurt, we need to know how much a gallon of yogurt weighs. It turns out it's just under 238 ounces, We bought a gallon of milk for $2.99. So, if you divide that price by the number of ounces in a gallon, we get 2.1 cents per ounce. Multiply this by 32, and the same size container of homemade yogurt costs us about 67 cents. That's quite a saving. If you use the metric system, your calculation will be different, but the savings will still be significant.
With savings like these, it's worth putting in the work to make your own. Thankfully, yogurt is stupid easy to make. Seriously. It will take less than 5 minutes of your time if you're slow, and then you need to give the bacteria time to do their magic. The wait time will be about a day. And start the timer. Let's make some yogurt. I'm going to use the yogurt that I bought in the store, but once you have your own yogurt, use that as your starter. We just need some live bacteria in our milk. So I put literally just a tiny little bit of yogurt in the jar, and now I'm adding some milk. Stir. We want to make sure that it all dissolves. And now I am adding milk to fill the jar. There we go. All right. So now I put the lid on and can stop the clock. Because we are done. All we have to do is put this in a warm spot and wait 24 hours. A warm place is easy to find in summer. Our garage gets quite hot, about 100 degrees right now. I put my jars there, easy. But in winter, the garage is cold, and so I have to find a different solution. If you have an old electric blanket, you can wrap your jars in it. You can place your jars near a heater, but it's hit and miss. So I have another solution that makes your work a little harder, but it gives consistently good results. I use a large pot. I fill it with water so that it reaches to about a neck of my jars of yogurt. Then I put the yogurt in the pot and I put the entire thing on the stove. I heat the water enough so that if I put my finger in it, it feels warm but not hot. I turn the heat off and walk away. The pot will get cooler over time, so whenever I remember, I walk to the stove, turn the heat on for just a little bit, literally 30-50 seconds, so that the pot gets warmer. I do it about 3 to 4 times, and then I turn it off completely, and by the next day, the yogurt is done. A yogurt is alive, and as such, it can be unpredictable. Sometimes you will find that the jar separates into curds and whey. If that happens, it's not that all is lost. That's our cue to make Greek yogurt. To do that, you need a sieve, a cheesecloth, and a bowl to catch the whey. You line the sieve with the cheesecloth, and then you pour your yogurt into the bowl. And now you wait. After a few hours, the whey will seep into the bowl, and the cheesecloth will contain your Greek yogurt. If you want to make cottage cheese, put your Greek yogurt in the fridge. Put the whole thing in, the sieve, the cheesecloth, and the bowl. Let it sit overnight, and by morning you will have a beautiful and tasty cottage cheese that you can eat as is or use it in cooking. If you are wondering what to do with the whey, I give it to our dogs. You can also add it to soups or even drink it as a refreshing alternative to water. That's all there is to it. In winter, I make 5 jars at a time. They keep in the fridge the same as a store-bought yogurt would. We eat it with fruit and nuts for breakfast, and I also give it to our dogs. They too need a healthy gut. Okay.
If you found info in this video useful, give us a like and subscribe to the Simply Diabetes channel.
You can also visit us at simplydiabetes.net and check out our books on Amazon. The links are below this video.
See you next time.